Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I just got off work and I'm headed to Aldi. I don't usually do any grocery shopping during the week, but I've been talking to one of my viewers and we've been discussing how there are a lot of families that are struggling right now and just trying to make their food budget stretch. So my wheels are turning and I'm thinking about a couple of budget-friendly ingredients I'd like to highlight in this video. I'm challenging myself to come up with three $3 meals that will feed a family of 4. I thought, what better place to go than Aldi to see what I can find, plus I want to compare some of their prices with Walmart. One of the nice things about Aldi is that quite frequently when I shop here, I'll find items that are not even on the sale that are an exceptional deal. So I don't know if it's just a last minute, deal that they got, a truckload of items or whatever, but they don't advertise them, but they just happen to be out. Now this week they did have avocados on sale for 39 cents, which was an exceptional deal even for where I live, which is a large producer of avocados. I'm in Southern California. These aren't my favorite kind of avocados, but at 39 cents I'm definitely going to pick a few up. This rice was one of the reasons that I came to Aldi. I always purchase my rice here in the 10-pound bag. Today they have it for $4.65, and I want to make three $3 meals that will feed a family of 4, and this rice is going to be key to doing that. I also wanted to compare the price of vegetables, and I'm looking at the green beans at Aldi, and they were 49 cents. They were 54 cents at Walmart, so that was a 5-cent difference. They also had these whole potatoes for 49 cents, which I thought was a really good deal at Aldi, and were 13 cents less than at Walmart. Then I came across these onion soup mixes for 59 cents. It comes with 2 packs inside, so that would be about 30 cents. I could probably make something like a rice casserole with this, so I'm thinking about maybe picking those up. And then I've got one of these ground turkeys in my freezer right now, but I couldn't remember exactly how much I paid for it. And I wanted to know, because I'm comparing it with this Festive ground turkey that I purchased from Walmart at $1.98. So at $2.28, the Aldi brand is more expensive. Is it better? Does it taste better? I'm not sure. Maybe we'll give it a taste test in this video. But I was also looking at the turkey breakfast sausage. I think it would be fun to maybe make some meals with that in another video. And then I also noticed for Vaughn's, they have Jenny O turkey meat this week for $1.99. So if you do just prefer the Jenny O, just wait for that to go on sale and then stock up on it in your freezer. So when I was looking at the Vaughn's weekly ad, I noticed that they had potatoes. They had a really good deal on potatoes, 2 for $3 for a 5-pound bag. So that's $1.50 each, which is an exceptional deal. I'm actually not going to be purchasing anything like that in this video, because what I really want to do is purchase items that you're going to be able to purchase and recreate at a fairly similar price. If you're in the United States, Walmart does tend to have pretty stable prices, so I'm just looking for basic meals in this video, and it looks like the cost of rice for a 10-pound bag at Walmart came in right at $4.60, which was 5 cents less than Aldi, and I'm definitely surprised about that. So it's kind of difficult to come up with $3 meals that will actually serve 4 people, but I thought to myself, white rice is definitely the way to go, and this ground turkey is also the way to go. And I'm going to use these. They do say that they serve 4 people, and they've got about 14 grams of protein each for the Festive. And then I already did have, like I said, I had the one from Aldi, and I think I might just use that in one of the recipes just to see if there's a difference in the turkey, whether or not it tastes better or is just worth that extra few cents. It's about 30 cents more expensive than the Festive. If you're a vegetarian, you can make these recipes and follow along by using the Morningstar griller crumbles, which is what I've always used, or whatever your favorite product is. So once again, the challenge is to come up with 3 different $3 meals that can feed a family of 4 using white rice and ground turkey as the main ingredients. So let's get started. The first dish we're going to make is turkey bulgogi. My son made this about a week ago and it smelled so delicious cooking. Everyone in the house was coming out of their rooms, even the dog. We were all saying, "Oh my gosh, what are you cooking?" It turned out so amazing and it smelled so good that I wanted to share it here. It's perfect for a budget recipe. The ingredients list will be in the description as usual, but this is a Korean dish and it's usually made with thin slices of beef or pork, but we're obviously going to substitute it for ground turkey, and that was how my son made it about a week ago, and it just, like I said, it was very delicious. So anyhow, let's get started.
That's about right.
Okay guys, a couple of things that I want to say about this dish. This recipe can be modified in quite a few different ways to suit the taste that you like. If you'd like more sauce, then just make more sauce. If you don't like the crispy bits in your meat, then obviously you don't have to cook yours as long. Another thing too is if you don't have all of the ingredients, don't sweat it. If you don't have the limes, that's fine. It'll be great without it. If you don't have the ground ginger, don't sweat that either. It'll be fine. I would say the only thing that if you don't have that's going to be a problem is probably the soy sauce. And the sugar. That really helps to balance each other out. I topped mine with green onions, but you don't have to if you want to save on the budget. And you do see some sprinkles of sesame seeds there because we do have those, so we're just garnishing our plate. But again, the sesame seeds are really just something to look at. Now, I was planning on serving this with the green beans for 85 cents. However, my son really wanted to eat some broccoli along with it, and the whole family ended up eating this meal because they wanted to, and so I just served the broccoli alongside. But obviously you can serve whatever is inexpensive and on sale. My son did say that he thinks broccoli in particular really goes good with this recipe. For this recipe, I really love the addition of the carrots in the rice so much that I definitely would recommend that you actually purchase 1 or 2 carrots to put into the rice. Now, when I was making this is the only dish that I thought I might actually have to make twice, because I wanted to test it to make sure that it was going to turn out right with the Lipton seasoning mix in there. I was afraid that maybe it was going to be too salty, too much seasoning for the rice. Maybe I'd have to adjust the recipe somehow, but it actually ended up turning out very, very good. My son was like, well, why don't you just make fried rice? And I'm like, well, I make fried rice all the time. That's why I'm not making fried rice. However, that being said, if you want to, rather than putting the onion seasoning mix in there, you can put chicken bouillon, you can put the vegetable bouillon like I always do, make it that way, it's going to turn out the same. Now, I've got all my condiments out here. Normally when I serve a dish like this in the rice cooker, I love to serve it buffet style, and I keep the little warmer, it's got a keep warm function on there, so I use this all the time with food. For this particular recipe, I wanted to plate it because this was the first recipe I made, and I wanted to make sure that my 1.5 cups rice was going to feed a family of 4. I went ahead and plated it into these, and I will say that I do believe it will feed a family of 4, even if it's 4 adults. But I know that most families generally have kids. Maybe they eat a little bit less, so it's definitely going to feed a family that has children. But I thought that these serving sizes were fairly large, and it's about the amount of food that our family eats. But again, if you want to eat more, you can obviously just add more rice. You're just going to have to adjust the budget. But since rice is a main ingredient in our dishes, you're only talking about a matter of an extra 10 or 20 cents to get a couple of more cups of rice, or 3 to 4 more cups of rice, however much you want to add in there. This recipe came in right at $3.12. If you wanted to add a can of vegetables, you could do that for an extra 50 cents. You could add some larger frozen vegetables for an additional 85 cents, and you'd still be under $4. I will say with this recipe, and with most of the recipes actually, serving the dishes with the right condiments really helped to set the meal off. In this case, this was a rice dish, so it tasted rather heavy, but when I added on the chili garlic sauce at the end, it really helped to balance it out. The chili sauce that I use is $2.74 for that huge container, and that honestly lasts me about 6 months. And if you watch my channel frequently, you know I do like to top my rice with sesame oil or soy sauce, which are both items that you can get fairly inexpensively and will last you quite a while. So for the last recipe of the video, I'm making a pepper stir fry with ground turkey, and it's similar to the beef with peppers recipe, but we're just substituting in the ground turkey. The ingredients for this are coming in right at $3.43, not including the soy sauce and sugar and the pantry staple spices. If you want to count those in, you're still going to be under $4. I purchased the pepper stir fry at the Dollar Tree. I always have those in my freezer. And the funny thing is about that ginger, it expired quite a few years ago, but it still tastes good, so I'm going to use it. I know I do have some subscribers that are not that into Asian food. However, I do love it myself, and I think it's a natural with the budget recipes. I did try to find or think of some other Italian recipes that would go with this, or maybe even some Mexican recipes with the rice, especially like a Spanish rice, but I couldn't find anything that would come in under the $4 mark. So here's where I'm counting on you guys. If you have any recipes that come in at under $4, let me know in the comments down below, and I will feature those recipes in an upcoming video. This recipe was super delicious. I thought it was a win all the way around. And of course I topped it with my chili paste and it made it even better. I will say this was a little bit of a departure from the normal type of videos that I make. I didn't have any fresh ingredients really for these meals, but I was just trying to keep it as cheap as possible, with still having some pretty good quality food. I will say that we didn't notice any difference between the Aldi brand and the Walmart brand of turkey, so I think it's fine to go with either one. So I hope you like this video. Every now and then I think I will have these $3 videos. For some of you, spending $25 per person a week is an extreme budget video. For others, that's their entire budget for a family of 4 for the entire week. So for that reason, I do occasionally like to include some of the more extreme budget videos. And if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.